Good morning, amigos. Dr. Doug here at BodyTrust.com in Los Angeles, California. I found an interesting article yesterday in BBC Health, and it's about fat shaming. I mean, we realize that in the United States and in the United Kingdom, obesity and overweight, as they call it, is at epidemic proportions. And we can see it all around us, too. If it hasn't affected us, we see it everywhere. And so this article is about fat shaming, making people ashamed of overeating and being fat. The article points out something important, that fat shaming helps nobody. It actually, here, let me read this. It's proven that fat shaming only does one thing. It makes people feel ashamed, and shame leads to depression, anxiety, and self-destructive behavior like overeating. I used to engage in a little bit of this back in the 80s when the obesity epidemic was just beginning. I thought, what is wrong with these people? Why are they getting so fat? Because it was really starting to increase and become a serious problem. And then I studied the situation, and I realized that fat cells keep people calm. It's that excess yin that pushes down the excess yang that rises up and drives people crazy. All this excess yang, the worrying, the hurrying, the insecurity, the fear, the unhappiness. And as the economy gets worse and worse, it just keeps getting worse and worse. The addictions like overeating and alcohol and drugs and other harmful addictions, they just get worse and worse. And it's just going to keep getting worse and worse until something is done about this crashing economy. So I completely reversed my opinion about fat and realized that these people are doing the best they can to maintain a measure of sanity. And it's a temporary measure, and yes, it's unhealthy. But so is drug addiction, and so is alcoholism and all these other addictions, harmful addictions. They're trying to stay sane in a culture that really doesn't offer much alternative. And of course, food is everywhere, and cheap food is everywhere. Cheap calories are everywhere. Every corner, every street corner is loaded with cheap food. And then, of course, the diet industry and the food industry want you to keep eating because that's how they make money. And they want you to eat specific foods because that's also how they make money. So they keep pushing, eat right, eat the right foods, not realizing, of course, that those who are pushing vegetables are pushing a food that has subtle flavors. And people who are fat have diminished taste abilities. So those subtle flavors just don't come through. And so keep telling fat people, you should be eating the right food. You're eating junk food. This is not going to solve anything, because this is judging foods is the same thing as judging people. Who eats junk food? Junk people. There are no junk people. There are people in serious need of help. So, frankly, if I want to eat potato chips, I will, and I will eat it with abandon. So, but I have to be hungry. I let myself get hungry. So that's another problem. Hunger is not defined. Hunger is an evil thing. So the bigger you are, the less likely you are to feel hunger. You know, when you're obese, you feel no hunger. So you need sweet, salty, and fatty foods in order to have any kind of pleasure at all. So it's a big mess, but you know, when I see fat people, obese people, I give them extra amounts of compassion and understanding because I get it, and they have my full sympathy. So that's all for today. That's all I got. Thanks for watching, amigos. Hasta mañana.